EU votes as populists seek historic breakthrough. EU parliamentary elections entered a third day of voting on Saturday, as populists hope to win a major breakthrough and disrupt European politics for the next 5 years. Voters from Malta, Slovakia, and Latvia headed to the polls, with most of the bloc's 28 member states including big players Germany, France, and Italy to vote on Sunday. More than 400 million people are eligible to elect 751 members of the European Parliament, with the first official results to be announced late Sunday, once voting in all EU countries is over. Polling has shown for months that populists and the anti-immigration far-right could make big gains in the vote, which will also help determine who replaces Jean-Claude Juncker as head of the European Commission. An exit poll after voting in the Netherlands on Thursday, however, showed a surprise victory for pro-EU socialists, giving hope to establishment forces elsewhere in the bloc that the populist tide could be limited. 2. Europhiles also had reason to cheer from an exit poll in Ireland that suggested Prime Minister Leo Varadkar's Fine Gael party, which is committed to closer EU integration, was in the lead. Turnout is a major concern in the EU elections, with voters in Slovakia historically the least interested, having just 13% show up for the last polls 5 years ago. Britain voted on Thursday, a day before Prime Minister Theresa May announced her resignation following a months-long Brexit crisis, though the result will not be revealed until Sunday. The Brexit Party, which was only set up this year by veteran Eurosceptic MEP Nigel Farage, is expected to score a resounding win in the UK vote. Britain was never supposed to have participated in the EU vote, but May was forced to do so after delaying Brexit beyond the original date of March 29, because the UK Parliament refused to approve the divorce deal. A shaping the futuria. On the far right, Matteo Salvini of Italy's Anti-Immigrant League and Marine Le Pen of France's National Rally RN want their Europe of Nations and Freedom ENF group to become the third largest in Brussels. The League has top, Le Pen is seeking to strike a big blow to Emmanuel Macron's French presidency by overtaking his pro-European party Republic on the Move LREM and denying the young leader's ambition to shake up the EU. Polls give her RN party a slight edge, with around 25% support against Macron's 22.5%. Besides, the establishment is expected to remain strong in several countries, with voters from Spain to the former Soviet Baltic states showing solid backing for the EU. In Germany, surveys put Chancellor Angela Merkel's CDU party a heavyweight in the EU-wide centre-right F group in first place, with the Greens second. But a rant by star YouTuber Rezo against Merkel went viral in the EU's biggest country, urging the destruction of the CDU for making policies for the rich while failing to act on global warming. Mainstream parties across Europe have jumped to prove their commitment to stopping climate change, spurred by a wave of student strikes across the continent. The EU has also expressed concern about disinformation campaigns on social media by outside actors, notably Russia trying to influence the election outcome. Activists say Facebook has closed news pages and scrapped accounts in its effort to fight back against fake news and avoid the embarrassing scandals that followed the U.S. presidential election of Donald Trump in 2016.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.